Hey guys, some of the strongest fragrances you should own in your fragrance collection, from newbies to advanced people. Number one, Pegasus by Parfums de Marly. Yes, it is an expensive fragrance, but yes, it does get compliments. First time I ever experienced this, I sprayed it on at 7 p.m. for a dinner party, arriving at 8 p.m. and the hostess with the mostest complimented me immediately when I rang the doorbell and hugged me, and that's when I fell in love with it. If you are brand new to fragrances and you first smell this, it could be off-putting to you. It could be off-putting to anyone who first ever smelled it, because that first smell of something like this, even me, I was like, what's the big deal about this? But later on I learned to love it. And if you wanted to find something cheaper, there's a fragrance called RMF Craze. It's a similar scent, cheaper to this. Back to this fragrance, you have almond, bitter almond, jasmine, heliotrope. So all that produces this metallic, slightly creamy vibe. It's very unique, very complimented. Maybe there's a sprinkle of cinnamon in it. The next one is also, I wanted to point out that people for ages have said, what's better, Layton or this Pegasus? Now that's a good question. I'd like you to comment down below if you're familiar with any of these. These are Parfums de Marly fragrances. Which one do you like better? Now Layton, personally, I feel like it's more wearable. It's like this apple pie cinnamon fragrance, and I've worn it in the springtime and got lots of good responses. All of the fragrances I'm about to talk to are so serious of fragrances, I'm scared to pull the trigger more than 3 times, to be honest. With this fragrance, I barely put a half a trigger on, and my companion told me that I had too much fragrance on, but what does she know? Anyway, the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is more mass appealing. It's called Emporio Armani Stronger with You. Again, there's another fragrance called Emporio Armani Stronger with You Intensely that I prefer better, and that fragrance is like a campfire with marshmallows and chestnuts. It's got this deep smokiness in it. I really enjoy it. But if you're brand new to fragrances, the majority, the mass appeal, will like this. Same with these fragrances. The longevity on all these fragrances is amazing, as well as the projection. Emporio Armani simply smells like candied chestnuts. You can last you 10 hours. It projects like a beast, and it gets mega compliments, and people have said to worn it in club environment. I wear it anytime I feel like it, even in the high heat. I don't care. But it is kind of too sweet to wear when the sun's beating down on you. It makes no sense. It's built for cold weather. However, this next one isn't. This is called Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, the most strongest, saltiest, freshest marine fragrance you can buy. At first smell, if you're familiar with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and you bought this, you'll be like, uh-oh, why did I buy this? Again, it's got this, if you very first time you ever smell this, it could be off-putting. It's got this salty marine like strength to it, but you'll get, over time, you'll get used to all these fragrances. That's why this is the most powerful fragrances you should own, and you'll build your nose up. These two are the most mass appealing on the list. This one lasts ultimately a long time. You can go swimming, you can do whatever you want. It won't come off you till you shower. The next fragrance, I was gonna tell you to buy Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, because you need a woody, masculine fragrance in your collection. If you want the strongest fragrance that every man should own, every man must own these fragrances if you're into fragrances, or at least one of them. So you have your unique sweet fragrance, these two, Pegasus, Layton. You have your sweet, fresh, ultra fresh marine note that should be called Dolce & Gabbana Summertime in a Bottle. You have this one, which is just all around, all the tickers are clicked, except you can't really wear it in the summer, as far as the fragrance police say to you. And the last one is the most masculine, nastiest, strongest. I make this face when you wear this fragrance. And like I said, I would say you to get Tobacco Vanille, but I want you to try this. Tom Ford Oud Wood Intense. This fragrance will not get you compliments. This fragrance, when you first smell it, you will hate it, as I did. They're like, what the F is in here? Even now, I've trained my nose. It's a gorgeous scent. 2 hours later, it turns sweet. It's delicious. It's so high-end, so complex, so strong, though. I could barely put a dab of this thing on you. It does cost a pretty penny, but wow. Comment down below, what are your strongest fragrances that you think your best friends or every man should own? comment down below. Peace and love. I'll see you on the next video.